Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cognitus ProServ webinar. My name is Harsh Mishra. I'm the VP of Sales here at Cognitus. And while we're waiting for others to join, I am already so pleased to see a big crowd on this webinar today. So just so that we have a full audience, a full house, I will give everybody just a few minutes to join. So please bear with me a minute or two, and then we can kick it off. All right, I just got a message from our webinar host that we have almost full capacity, which is good. So here I am ready to kick it off. And for those who've just joined us, once again, this is the Cognitus webinar series for ProServ, and my name is Harsh Mishra. I'm the VP of Sales here at Cognitus. Today, we're going to talk about one of the hottest and the fastest growing industry focus in SAP, which is professional services. And Cognitus is the go-to partner or a focus partner for implementation and support for the ProServ industry IBU at SAP. The quick few reasons for that are not only our experience and our expertise, but also CISPS, which is Cognitus Industry Solution for ProServ, which we bring to the table, which helps extend the capabilities of core SAP S/4HANA solution, really making it an industry-specific solution for professional services. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I am joined with Adam James, partner here at Cognitus, Chris Skinner, who is the VP of Products, Ramanath Putta, as well as Anna Smith. So I'll let them quickly introduce themselves, and I'll let Adam kick off this webinar.
Hi, everybody. This is Adam James. I'm the partner in charge of the ProServ practice at Cognitus, and I'm happy that you're watching. I'm joined by Chris Skinner, Anna Smith, and Ram Putta, as Harsh had indicated. And we're excited here to talk about SAP for the professional services industry. We have clients that are very concerned about critical process points within the project lifecycle. And so in just a little bit, we're going to get into a demonstration of how we see clients solving those particular problems. Number one, focused on an efficient handoff of sales to delivery during the intake process, especially when you've got an opportunity that you're working on where you want to get accurate estimation prior to winning the project, and you have a shared activity going on between sales and delivery. Second, for the projects that you've won, how do I effectively integrate my ERP solution with my operational project tool? So Anna Smith's going to demonstrate that for us. And then finally, what about some actionable insights? We've got the latest and greatest technology. Perhaps we run SAP and we've got in-memory capability to capture data and analyze data lickety split. So how can we get some actionable insights? So Ram Putta is going to play the role of project manager and step in and show us actionable insights in the billing process. But before we get to the demonstration piece, I'm going to spend just a minute talking about Rise with SAP. So if you're watching this webinar, then it's likely that you probably at least heard the term Rise with SAP, but you don't necessarily know exactly what it is. So stated simply, Rise with SAP is a solution bundle coming from SAP where they bundle together into a simple subscription a variety of their most popular offerings, such as the S/4HANA Cloud Core, your choice of hyperscaler, Discovery Edition of SAP Process Insights. Folks might have heard of the product called Signavio. It's a pretty cool tool. We'll probably do a later webinar where it helps you identify where your bottlenecks are in your processes by analyzing your data. Tools and services are bundled in there from SAP's strong ecosystem. What's that mean? Well, largely, it means partner solutions that are industry specific. So in that sense, SAP bundles together its offerings with trusted partners offerings to empower industry solutions, such as some of the applications you'll see here from Cognitus. They bundle together business network connections like Ariba, And then business technology platform for third-party integrations and custom app development. So a pretty powerful offering where they're basically trying to simplify by bringing some of the multitude of powerful products that SAP has into a single bundle and make them industry specific. So here's the slide that I was talking about before, and we'll share this deck. So for folks who are just terribly excited to have the visual going along with the RISE pitch that I was making for a minute or so, we'll be sharing this deck at the end of the webinar so folks can do some catching up. So to summarize, RISE with SAP, bundle of popular services. Then I was going to pivot and talk a little bit more about how RISE with SAP enables industry specificity, such as professional services capability with partner solutions such as ours. So we'd be more than interested to talk to folks that are interested in our professional services industry solution, parts of which you'll see in this demonstration today, along with a lot of standard SAP and also some other tools like Microsoft Teams thrown in because practically speaking, that's how people execute their projects. So moving away from RISE and the fact that RISE is a simplified bundle to bring S4 plus powerful capabilities of industry specificity. We just want to talk about professional services in the SAP world for just a moment. This is SAP's most recent footprint within the services industries at large, and of course, within project-based services and professional services companies. There's lots of categories: construction, engineering, consulting, audit, et cetera. You can see SAP's significant footprint with some logo customers that they've identified. We speak with knowledge, like we can say without hubris that we're about as experienced and talented a team in this particular industry as it exists. The Cognitus ProServ team that you've got here on this call have participated in a third of all of the projects that you see here, probably more, but at least a third of the projects that you see here have contributed to the successful SAP implementations at these companies. So we encourage you to reach out to us if you have questions or concerns of any kind about SAP within the professional services industry. And so with that, thank you for listening to that pitch. We'll be interested to show you guys some cool solutions. I'm going to turn over to Chris Skinner, who's going to talk about intake from opportunity to project with us.
All right, thanks, Adam. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Skinner, EVP of Cloud Solutions at Cognitus. Let's go make some money. I just had a great chat with a potential client, so I'm going to get some things set up in the system so we can get to work. Here, you can see my home screen in SAP Sales Cloud. I've got fingertip access to the metrics I need to best serve my customers and hopefully earn some commission. From pipeline to win, I'm a few clicks away from the information I'll need to close my deal. Next, I'll take a look at my customer insights page to make sure I know everything I need to know about my client before I move forward. Based on website traffic, it looks like they've been looking at our apps and even considered buying one of them. The tires have been kicked, but let's see if I can close the deal. I'm going to create a new opportunity to capture all the information about what my client is interested in buying and where we are in the sales process. Guy told me they're looking for a quick close, so let's move forward. In the professional services world, it's very common to start with a master services agreement and then, through often laborious processes, put together a detailed statement of work that includes information about what will be done on the project, what the project team will look like, and what kinds of concurrent and follow-on services will be provided beyond the core project scope. I've always said that if you want to bring the business world to its knees, you just have to take away Excel. But rather than doing a bunch of double entry with deal sheets and offline planning tools, we'll plan the project directly in SAP. That means we need it created as soon as we've closed the opportunity with the signed MSA. So next, I'll create a quote from the opportunity. Here, I'll capture some of the more project-specific details. If I'm selling service offerings that are predefined or templatized, I can choose a project template here. If my business needs more flexibility, then I can choose to use a basic template. Or if I've won some repeat business or a new project similar to one I've already done, I can choose to copy the planning details of a prior project. Once the quote is saved, the project will be automatically created based on my selections. Now, I may choose to share this quote with my customer, or I may just use it as a tool to create the project. But either way, I'll take advantage of the powerful functionality built into SAP to facilitate the process. Now that we've seen one way of getting a customer project or engagement off the ground, let's look at some of the other options. One of the common themes in project services-oriented businesses is that there are many different ways to start an engagement. While a traditional sales from stock type of business may rely on tried and true methods like EDI, B2C websites, point of sale systems, and sales reps, project services businesses are different. Often, an engagement is initiated when a salesperson speaks with a prospect at a trade show or convention, where pulling out a laptop to key in an order form is hugely inconvenient. A mobile app makes a lot more sense in this scenario. In complicated sales pursuits, the team will often collaborate on platforms like Microsoft Teams well before the ink is put to paper. Rather than maintaining two separate sets of data, a simple interaction with a virtual agent like Emily from Cognitus, or a few quick keystrokes in a Teams adaptive card could take care of initiating the opportunity or even the engagement directly from Teams. The Fiori apps are still there, and they are robust tools in their own right, but with a suite of flexible options for engagement initiation, your ERP solution can become more accessible than ever. On that note, let's take a look at one way integration with Microsoft Teams can make your engagement management process more dynamic. Here we see our engagement. The Fiori app keeps key aspects of the engagement front and center with tabs to organize some of the most important financial and operational aspects of an engagement. Planning capabilities include work packages, costs, bill rates, schedule, and billing plan. On the responsibilities tab, we can see the engagements management team, like the project manager, hi, that's me, and my boss, and the contract admin, Adam, even though he's my boss in real life. This not only controls access to the engagement, but is also used to direct downstream processes like workflow and email notifications. We have quick links to send an email or start a conversation in Teams right here, all without needing to copy and paste between programs. Next, on the Work Packages tab, we see what work we'll be doing and the resources assigned to each work package. Here you see my colleague Anna prepped and poised for delivery work to drive our client's success. Now we'll kick off our Microsoft Teams integration. Clicking the Create Team button starts a background process to generate a team. This can also be set up to happen automatically based on the engagement status. Now that it's done, I'll click the Go To Team button and SAP automatically hands me off to Microsoft Teams. And here's my team with the project ID and name and with channels already pre-configured for my needs. A folder structure is set up with folders for each work package. I've got a Lists app to track rate items, and I even get a tab that will take me straight into my timesheet, all without ever leaving Teams. Anna will show you how that works in just a few minutes. In addition, a private channel was created for the PMO team with Adam and me set as members, and we've got direct access to the engagement management app here. And one more quick thing to show you before I hand off to Anna. I'm going to go in and add Ram to the responsibilities tab on the engagement so he can also access the PMO channel. With the integration to Teams, I only need to do this here, and Teams is automatically updated. Now I can go back into the PMO channel and see that Ram has been added. Anna's up next to show you how she can quickly and conveniently enter her timesheet right from Teams.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate the handoff. So my name's Anna Smith, and I am the lead ProServ architect in our practice. So we'll jump right in here. So getting into the timesheet, in Teams, I have access to any project that I've been authorized for, as well as direct access into my timesheet where I can book time for any project that I'm assigned to. The timesheet launches into the current week, and I have two sections, one giving me a quick view of all of the projects where I have an assignment, as well as a color-coded weekly snapshot showing me the status for each day. I have the ability to request a missing project. So this will launch a workflow to the project manager for the project I select, and that they can take action on. Here, I can see the work packages for any project that I open up, as well as generate a workflow to that PM as well, if I think I'm missing a particular work package for that project. To enter time, I could go from that window, or in just one click, I can copy my time in from the prior week and and everything comes in draft format, and we can quickly adjust if needed. Here, last week was a holiday, so no hours for Monday. So I'll add an additional assignment from this list, and I'll key in those 8 hours. Now, I also plan to take some vacation on Friday, lucky me. So I'm going to clear out the hours that carried forward from last week. And then in admin exception time, I'm going to rebook that leave for Friday. So this is going to complete my timesheet week so that especially time compliance can be measured and enforced. And when that time compliance analysis is done, it will show a full day for Friday rather than appearing that I'm missing any hours. This will eliminate the need for unnecessary follow-ups to confirm that I didn't actually work, especially manual follow-ups that just chew up a lot of time. And having a complete picture of time, including leave, also enables the timesheet to feed not only projects, but can also give a complete picture to payroll if needed for work location information, hourly payroll inputs, and more. And now that it's complete, I can save a draft, or I could also submit this timesheet in advance if my organization permits. In the lower left-hand corner of the screen, I also have a View Month button where I can see a quick color-coded snapshot using the same status colors as above to see where I might need to take some action. So I've got a handful of days where I need to follow up with my project manager to approve my time. Hey, Chris. And then also a handful of days where it looks like I did not finish my time entries that I'll need to go and take forward. Excuse me. The timesheet's fully enabled for mobile use and is configurable so that objects relevant for time entry can easily be added, like service orders and networks. And then other labor factors like cost breakdowns can also be derived if required or input based on the needs of the organization. Essentially, anything that's available in the SAP cross-application timesheet, or CATS, can be enabled and visible in this timesheet. Thanks. So we will now hand it over to our friend Ram to take us into some operational billing views. Thanks.
All right. So thanks for the handoff, Anna. So this is Ramnath Putta. I'm the delivery manager at Cognitus for ProServ practice. For this demo, so I'm the project manager of the project that was created in the previous step. And I'm going to walk you through my most favorite application in this module, which is called as Billing Cockpit or Billing Central. And this Fiori app provides various key elements from all projects that I deal with, making my job so easy. As you see, this application is embedded in one of the tabs in the Teams channel. So I don't even have to leave my collaboration tool. And this is the same Teams channel automatically created by the system in the previous step. So I'm going to expand this tab for the purpose of this demo so that I get a better real estate to show. And as you see, this is a powerful application with highly customizable cards and KPIs to support my day-to-day activities. Without leaving this application, I can monitor timesheets inflow, monitor all key activities, and all the way through tracking open receivable items and get all actionable insights. So let me show you how. So the first one, the timesheet compliance card. So as you see, there's 800 hours submitted and the target was 860 hours. So giving me a total of 93.02% completed. And I can see all the breakdowns of the time. So I have exact action to take if I have to do any follow-up with the consultants. And the next card is the invoicing deal. This is a very cool application. So this provides me all the invoices that are due this week. And as you see in the bottom, the two invoices are in green, indicating that it's all good to go. So I don't have any issues with that. But the one that with amber, it has one issue, expenses not approved. And the other one that is in red, it has time not submitted, not approved, and expenses not approved as well. So there is definitely an issue to take care of it. So without leaving the application, right from here, I can click on this and I can go to the contract of the issue that I saw. And I can also look at Item number 1000 has the issues, and all the billings, the billing status shows the list of issues right here. And the line item 2 or 2000 is ready to go, and I don't have any issues. Now, if I try to create the DMR or the debit memo request from here, the system provides me the error message, and the reason is, and as you see, the status is due and not ready, and the reason is the billing available is total of 95K, but the total expected billing was 105K. So I have a $10,000 variance. And in order to get into the details, I click on Time Details tab, and I can see all the hours that had been submitted and approved. And right from the same tab, I can also see who has not submitted and who has submitted but not yet approved. And the cool thing about it is, without getting to another application, I can send message right from here to the approver of this timesheet to take care of this. So I have taken the action that is required right from this tab. And the same thing that I can do in expense details tab as well. I can see all the expenses submitted and also what is submitted and not approved yet. And in this case, for me, milestone is all set to go, so there's no issue. So as you see, right from this app, I was able to take the action, and I had the visibility of the entire list of invoices. And the next one is the billing approvals pending. And this card gives me the visibility of what a bill is still pending approval. This one seemed to be like 60 days overdue. So definitely I need to follow up on that. Something is going on there. And then this card, upcoming milestone, gives me the visibility on all the milestones. And I can look at the details of the milestone by clicking on View All. And as you see, there are 6 of them. Right from here, I can complete the milestone after discussing with the consultants, and I can approve it and all set to go for billing right from this tab. And the next card is the contract completion card. And this gives me the visibility of what are the contracts that are upcoming completion and ordered by the percentage completion, so that I can actually follow up with the for the contracts with the project manager of the client for either SOW extension or project opportunities. And as you see here, the top one is 91% completion and the second one is 84% completion. The card right next to this, which is conveniently placed, is also the customer profile. So if in case I need to know who's the account executive of the customer, I can always scroll through all my customers that I'm interested in and drill into this, the customers. And the last card in this tool is the receivables. And this gives a clear visibility of all the open receivable items that I can look into. And it is categorized and clearly distinguished by the colors. The items that are past due, but within 30 days and 30+ days, it's all color coded very well for me. And by clicking on this, I can drill down and find out what are the invoices that are in the right buckets. So in this example, I have a total of 168.2K receivable items, open receivable, out of which 22.8K is overdue, and which actually attributes to 13.56%. And so within that same application, thus I can see all the key items as a project manager that I need to follow on a day-to-day basis. So now you see why I call this as a powerful and my most favorite application. So it's a no-brainer to call it as one-stop shop for any project managers. So yeah, thank you. Adam, over to you.
Thanks, Ram. Let me let people see me again. So hey, everybody. Hopefully you found this demonstration of some key process points illuminating. While we were presenting, I know that Harsh was monitoring the chat for any questions, and we're prepared to take any questions that the audience may have.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you for that, Adam, and the team. Also, great presentation today. We showed the audience here the features and functionalities that we've packed into the implementation of RISE with SAP S/4HANA and Cognitus industry solution for professional services. We do have some questions from the audience, and the first question comes from Troy. And the question is, where is that billing cockpit deployed? Is it directly in S4, BTP, or others?
Well, if Chris and Ram will show their faces, I know a number of us could answer this question. So while they share their video again, because they're more likely to be able to answer the questions than I am. But that billing cockpit is deployable actually directly in on-prem or BTP. Of course, you know, BTP is preferred, in which case you can consume it on a SaaS basis, but you have deployment options with the billing cockpit.
All right. Anything further to add, Chris?
No, just that this is true of all of our applications. We've designed this with the scalability and SaaS mindset of BTP intentionally as part of it. So you could deploy it in your on-premise solution or in your private cloud solution directly, or you can go to BTP.
Makes sense. Thank you. All right, moving on to the next question from Stacy. Does the ERP integration you showed in Teams also work with Slack? That's a good question.
Great question. I'll take that one. That's there's a two-part answer to that. So first, for the moment, we're currently focused on building Teams integration. It's one of the most commonly used cloud collaboration applications in the business world today. So that's where we've put our focus. But that said, when it comes to cloud integration using technologies like REST and webhooks, the sky's the limit. As we continue to develop and refine the Teams integration tool set, it's naturally going to carry with it a full suite of configurable APIs and webhooks that we can then use later to leverage for integration to other platforms like Project Online, if you're a big Microsoft shop, Slack, Smartsheet, Asana, even Jira.
Perfect. All right. Another question from Johanna. Did the opportunity intake process you showed start in SAP CX?
In this particular,
did you say CX? CX, Harsh?
That's right.
Who wants to take that one?
I can take that one as well. Yes.
The answer is yes.
Yes,
it certainly was. So CX, also known as SAP's customer experience, also sometimes known as SAP's Sales Cloud. CX is a component within Sales Cloud. Yes, it was. However, as Chris had shown on one of the slides that demonstrated especially in the ProServ industry, it's not always just your CRM solution like CX that you're bringing opportunities from. You can have opportunities for project estimation come from other places as well. And then, of course, there's the discussion around when does a lead become an opportunity. So you can also have a multitude of inputs for lead purposes. It really just kind of depends on, you know, how much your Salesforce and your project-oriented workers overlap, right, Harsh? I mean, you'll know that well. The tools that we collaborate on, right? It just kind of depends on the particular intake scenario. But yes, that was CX. So was that Johanna, you said, was the question asker? So yes, good eye, SAP CX.
Perfect. Well, there is one other important question. I think the answer to that also is on this screen. I have a question from the audience, is how to get in touch with Adam James. The simple answer is sales@cognitus.com. And also we'll be sharing a copy of this deck and also posting the recording of this webinar, on various channels. In fact, sharing it with all of you who've attended this as well. So I know that we're right on time. So I want to thank all of you for joining. Please stay tuned for more of webinars from Cognitus on ProServ as a series. And thank you again for joining, all of you. Much appreciated.
Thank you for being here, everybody. Or thank you for watching later on. Bye.
Bye-bye.